Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. Today we're gonna fix all of the exterior issues on the Camaro. And let's start off by talking about tires. So off camera, I had 2 new tires installed and had an alignment done. When I first bought this car, the tires in the front were toast and needed to be replaced. The tires in the rear were still in pretty good shape, so I just had those balanced and moved to the front, and I put the new ones on the rear. These are just Falcon 245/50 16s. Here's a quick look at the tread pattern. And after putting these on and moving the other tires to the front, the car rides a lot better. The tires on the front are BF Goodrich Comp 2s, and they're pretty nice. They're also pretty expensive, so that's why I did not buy these for the rear. Here are the results of the alignment. As you can see, there were a few things that were off, especially in the left front, but now everything is in the green and we are good to go. I've been working on the fog lights and got the old ones out because they are pretty much destroyed. Just totally busted up, not salvageable, and they need to be replaced bad. So I picked up 2 used ones from eBay for about 60 bucks each, which I think is a pretty good deal. So I'm gonna install these with new clips and new bulbs. The problem is I don't have the bulbs yet. I went to 4 different stores in my area and none of them had the bulbs that I need. So I just ordered them from Amazon and they are on their way. So that means I probably won't be able to show you guys the finished product in this video, but I have been able to verify that the fog lights work. This old bulb came with one of the used fog lights that I got, and I've been using it to do some testing. Check it out. I'm really glad they're working. I was pretty worried about it since these are so busted up, but looks like we're good. So once I get the bulbs from Amazon, I will put everything back together and the fog lights will be back to normal. Off camera, I replaced this front marker light on the driver's side. As you can see, it's working now. I didn't film it because a while back I made a video on how to replace this turn signal lens and the bulbs inside of it. So if you guys want to see how that's done, be sure and check out that video. Now I'm going to install new windshield wipers. There's one. There's 2. Much better. As you can see, I fixed the washer jet on the passenger side. It was just clogged, so I unclogged it and it works great. This little wiper arm nut cover is broken, and as you can see, most of it's missing. So I have a new one I'm gonna put on here. There we go. As I've mentioned before, one of the issues with this car is that the lower portion of the fenders bulge out, which is caused by people who don't know what they're doing, jacking the car up incorrectly. So now I'm gonna see what I can do to fix it here on the passenger side. I have already fixed the driver's side. And it turned out pretty good. It's obviously not perfect, but it's better than it was. It's pretty much impossible to get these perfect just because of all the damage that jacking the car up incorrectly causes. But as you can see here on the passenger side, this is not that bad. The driver's side was way worse. The first thing I need to do is remove these 2 10mm bolts. Oop. Got it. All right, so you have this bottom tab connected to the fender, and then behind it is a little metal tab that is connected to the body. And what I need to do is push this metal tab back and then bolt the fender back up, and it should suck this in so it's no longer bulging. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll show you guys the driver's side here in a minute, but basically this tab on the fender was completely folded over on the driver's side. It's cracked. I mean, it's broken, but it was still intact enough for me to bolt it up and get it in the right position. I'm just using this crescent wrench to bend it a little bit, and then I'll get another tool that's a little more precise. As you can see, there's a lot of dirt and crap up here that's falling out. Okay, I've got the metal body tab pushed back into the correct position. Now I just need to bolt the fender tab onto the metal tab. But before I do that, I am going to heat this tab up because, as you can see, it has been in the wrong position for so long, it is now deformed. And so I'm going to use the heat gun to try and get it to relax and mold back into the shape it should be in. So while it's hot, I'm just going to try and move it in small increments. Now as I tighten these bolts, I'm going to make sure this tab stays warm. All right, all done. Let's take a step back and see how we did. Not bad. It definitely looks better. It's not perfect. I don't think it'll ever be perfect again, but it's better. Here's a look underneath the driver's side. And as I said, this side was a real mess. You can see the fender tab here is cracked all the way across, and it's just kind of hanging on by a thread. But that thread was big enough for me to get everything back into place, and so far everything has stayed in place, so that's good. So there you go. That's my method for fixing the infamous 4th gen Camaro fender bulge. As I've been using and working on this car, I realized that there are 2 little rubber bumpers missing from right here for the fuel door. So I picked up 2 new ones from Classic Industries, and I'm gonna put them in. There we go. The rear side marker lights aren't working, so I'm gonna switch out these bulbs real quick. All right, I've got new bulbs installed on both sides. Let's turn them on and make sure they work. That one's good, and that one's good. Nice. Yeah, as you can see, these old ones are definitely toast. Next, I'm gonna install a shorty antenna. Yeah, that looks so much better. That looks really good. I picked it up from screamingchicken.com, and hopefully I will still get good reception with it. It's always interesting what you find in old used cars. The last thing I'm gonna do to wrap up the exterior is replace this taillight bulb. And as I got the taillight out, this taillight bulb is melted to this plastic. So that's awesome. I wonder how that happened. Let's see if I can just, well, the bulb's out. Straight up melted. I might get some gloves on because I don't want to break this bulb and cut my finger. There we go. Wonder how that happened. Maybe at some point someone replaced the bulb, didn't reinstall it in the socket correctly, so it worked its way out and onto this plastic. Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, I cleaned things up a little bit in here. A new bulb is installed. Before I put everything back together, let's test it and see if it works. Nice, it works. This taillight's easy to remove. There are 2 posts, one there and then one back there behind the spare. And all you got to do is just remove these 2 plastic wing nuts. Okay guys, the bulbs arrived and I've got the fog lights reinstalled. Let's turn them on and see how they look. Looking good. These are kind of tricky to install. I didn't film it because I was basically figuring things out on the fly, but I got them back in, and if you guys would like to see a video on how to remove and reinstall the fog lights on a 4th gen Camaro, let me know in the comments below. That is it guys. Every exterior issue on this car is now fixed, and the next Camaro video should be fixing all of the interior issues. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button, and I will see you next time.